Hey there, everybody. Daver here, and welcome to the show. And thank you for joining me, Chad.
Hi, I'm not wearing pants.
You'll never know if I am. um, yeah, two-man booth tonight. Should be a fun one. Had a good episode of Dynamite that we're gonna review. And before we get too deep into it, everyone out there, don't you forget to elbow drop that like button, power bomb that subscribe button, and leave a comment. We want to know what you're thinking. Did you like Dynamite? Did you like Raw? We want
Ooh,
to know anything wrestling related that you want us to talk about or you want to talk about.
yeah,
Uh,
you looking forward to the Rumble?
yeah,
My favorite.
who do you think's going to be in it? Who do you think's going to win? Let us know. We want to talk about it. But yeah, I really enjoyed Dynamite.
Yeah, yeah, it was funny because we just reviewed the first Dynamite, and like especially that first hour just felt like it picked up right up like 2019. Like the heat was there, especially when Kenny was there. That big crazy brawl at the beginning. Like I had 2019 vibes all over again. It was like peak Dynamite for a minute.
Yeah, was Kenny the secret ingredient that we needed?
Oh, it's kind of feels that way. I mean, it kind
Like,
of kind of flagged a little towards, after about the hour 40 or so, but man, yeah, that opening, the ricochets or swerve stuff, like all of it was awesome.
how about that Hurt Syndicate, man?
Ooh, title change on TV. Yeah, that was the right call. They look like champs.
Like a lot of people out there, like, yeah, we feel bad for Private Party. Like they bungled that reign a little bit in the booking, but they had to do it. Like they had
Yeah.
to have that title change. There's no universe where Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin shouldn't have won that.
Yeah, no, it was the right call. It was a good match too. Like they had some good hope spots. Private Party had their moments, but fudge, like those guys are just dominant. Those German suplexes. Ooh,
Man, man, I think the Hurt Syndicate might be my favorite faction in AEW right now.
yeah. I
I
like it
think
because
they're
they're all about business. There's like nothing personal. They're just there to hurt people. It's great.
mhm, yep. We hurt people. Uh, they're like, are they gonna be able to be heelish for that much longer? Because 'Cause they're too over. They're
Oh yeah,
cool. They're
yeah.
cool
That's the
heels.
problem. I mean, they could
Uh,
probably almost occupy like the same sort of space that Swerve does. Like Swerve's over, but he still does kind of dick things all the time. So
yeah, yeah, that's gonna be tough to, keep the ball rolling on how they are currently, but man, they are dominating. Yeah, absolutely love that match. I'm happy for the title change. It was good. It was real
yeah,
good. We kind of got some confirmation that Malachi Black is gone,
yeah,
pretty much. Um, yeah, I had a little vignette from Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and Julia Hart, basically disavowing themselves from
yeah,
uh, Malachi Black. That was
yeah.
cool. That was some.
Malachi is no longer leader. Our leader is now Dog.
But yeah, I'm glad they acknowledged that on TV, instead of just leaving it ambiguous and like, oh, okay, I guess they don't have a leader. The main event was a good match.
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed it. It was entertaining, but the circumstances by which it happened and the motivation of the two competitors I don't love.
yeah.
Like Death
No, if it
Rider
was just
stuff, get out
Adam
of here.
Copeland versus Pac, what year ago, 6 months ago? Hell yeah, that would have been awesome. But yeah,
Yeah,
all this really flat, kind of lame ass storytelling stuff that's getting in the way.
yeah, yeah. It's not working. Like they gotta.
Yeah.
They got to figure that out. They got to pivot.
Yeah, no, they cannot be waiting for Darby to come back. Like Darby can win it off with someone else.
Yeah, absolutely. Later on down the line. Um, but yeah, overall, really enjoyed it. First hour absolutely flew by. I
Yeah,
felt I had the feeling restored pretty well
yeah,
in that first hour. Um, yeah, really good stuff. I like the ricochet kind of holding Nana at scissor point.
yeah.
Is that a good terminology? Um, yep, I'm glad he's keeping the ha ha. That's freaking awesome. I think
Yeah.
they nailed it. They're doing great
Yeah,
with
no,
him
this is
right now.
one of the times that let it play out actually worked out because it was like,
Mhm.
man, he's stale, he's boring, he's a little weird. Oh, that laugh is annoying. To now, oh hell, this guy's nuts. I love it.
He's a psycho, man. It's
Yeah,
like, what is he gonna do? And before we get into the review, lastly, I'm really digging Harley Cameron, man.
oof,
She had
yeah,
she's hilarious, super over. And I think Tony Khan is actually taking advantage of that.
yeah, yeah. No, and you're watching her improve in the ring in real time. Like every time you see her, she's better each time. Like she's taking to it so quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She can wrestle, she can do great mic work, she can sing, she can play guitar.
Yeah.
Uh, is she gonna be a freaking commentator at some point?
Oh, she'll kill that too.
But yeah, I gotta give her props. Loving Harley Cameron. That little bit between her and Tony Storm speaking unintelligible
Oh yeah.
Australian.
It's
Gold.
amazing. Yeah,
Gold, man.
I listened to What Culture this morning, and he actually wrote it all down and, like, broke down everything she said. I was like, "Oh, this is amazing."
Yeah, yeah, good stuff. Um, but yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into it and break it down segment by segment. Yeah, they were in Tennessee, I believe. I can't remember the name of the arena, but yeah, I'm liking the small venues. You're full, you're sold out. It looks like a big deal. You don't have
Yeah,
half the arena empty. The crowds are hot because those are the people that want to be there.
yeah. No, and, shoot, like, the use of space, like, that brawl was awesome just because they got to do so much cool stuff, jumping off balconies, climbing scaffolding, like, it was awesome.
Yeah, at the merch table, like,
Yeah.
come on. Yeah, good stuff, man. Uh, start out with Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega face to face. Um, Kenny's back to the old theme music.
Yeah.
I think they realized the other one sucked.
Yeah, I think it especially for TV where it has to be quick because the other one just takes so much time to even build up steam. Like I feel like we'll see it again on a pay-per-view maybe, but and that's the time and a place for a big ass epic entrance. But yeah,
Mhm.
this one, like, yeah, when they use it on TV, it felt weird.
Yeah, yeah, I'm really glad they pivoted on that. Uh, so Osprey says he's glad to see Kenny's not dead.
Right.
Uh, a lot has changed since Kenny has been away. Moxley has the world title held hostage, and he's been trying to fight that battle, but keeps running into the Don Callis family, and he can't fight them alone anymore. Uh, Kenny Omega stops Osprey, reminds him about Forbidden Door 2023, about him getting dropped on his head with a Tiger Driver 91 and a screwdriver to the head. Uh, Kenny says it took diverticulitis for people to know Osprey even exists. Ooh.
Ooh.
Kenny will never trust Will Osprey and calls him bruv. Uh, Out walks Don Callis. Kenny takes off to go after Don. He gets stopped by Takeshita. Then comes out Fletcher. They get in a brawl. Ospreay is a little hesitant, but he's like, I gotta go help him. So Ospreay jumps in. They end up in the crowd. Then we got Excalibur, third week in a row. How many feet of intestines were removed from Kenny? Two. Thanks, Excalibur. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. uh,
This was scissors, piece, paper. Bye.
yeah, that happened later too. Uh, then they end up at the merch stand. This is really cool. Brian Cage and Archer uh, end up showing up in the brawl, and they are henchmaning very good. They're like
Yeah.
better than your normal henchmen. Like they're doing it perfectly. Like
Yeah,
they
they don't
seem
just
more
get
important.
gooned on. It's great.
Yeah. Uh, Kenny and Osprey suplex Archer onto a merch table. At one point, Osprey climbs onto the upper level of the stands. Kenny climbs like 25 feet up on a light rig, and they moonsault on the Don Callis family. Uh, Takes them out. They both climb up the light rig. Kenny's got a mic. He apologizes to Osprey and says now he trusts him. He challenges Takeshita and Fletcher to a tag match at Grand Slam. Kenny's music hits a little bit too early, but Kenny wants to do his catchphrase. Goodbye and good night, bang. Um, then he says, hit my music because I'm scared of heights. That was
Yeah, he
awesome.
cracks me up. I was like, I miss this guy so much.
But man, I haven't been this entertained on Dynamite in a very,
Yeah.
very long time.
Yeah. No, it's just goes to show like who was probably behind some of those like those really epic brawls early on. Like, cause they just never had the same feeling until he came back. And like in the small moments too, like right before that double suplex, they kind of like hooked him up and looked at each other like, are we doing this? We're doing this. Like it was almost like the whole did we just become best friends moment? Yup.
Yeah, man, I was so entertained. Uh, I popped. I was pumped up. We got the can they coexist thing going on. I mean, we're not too far away from Grand Slam, so they kind of had to pull the trigger on challenging for the match. We got what, like two or three more dynamites before
Yeah.
that. So the timing's good. They were really focusing on building Grand Slam
Yeah.
for
No,
this whole
that's
episode.
gonna be a freaking great tag team. Like, come on.
Yeah, yeah. I know Nick Nemeth had a critique on Busted Open Radio about so if Kenny and Osprey not being fine-tuned and not really trusting each other fully can take out four of the Don Callis family, how believable is it going to be in a match with rules that
Yeah.
they can't take out? Is it almost like too much of a foregone conclusion that they're going to win the match? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, they've got a few dynamites left to really, get beat down and all that stuff too. So I'm
Yeah,
sure
they could fake an
like
injury.
I mean that moment was just such a feel good moment. Like, you got your Kenny back, you got Osprey, like you got to give those crowd those moments too. So
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they can end the Don Callis family feud once and for all, and they can both go after Moxley,
ooh, hell yeah, that'd be amazing.
and then one of them joins Moxley. Ooh, which one? Which one would I think Kenny would be the bigger
Yeah. Yeah.
surprise?
Yeah, in Japan, he definitely had a bit of more of an attitude about like, I built this company. I wouldn't have even hired half these people. Like he could definitely, I could see him fitting in with the Moxley philosophies.
Maybe he can save it.
Yeah, if
Uh,
anyone could, he could.
yeah. Yeah, man. But dude, Kenny being on my television was so good. Like this was better to me than his return and his Brian Cage match.
Oh yeah,
Uh, Unbelievable. That dude's got charisma. I'm just glued to the TV when he's on.
yeah.
So,
And he can
uh,
weave like in from like serious pro wrestler to a little bit funny and charming to like he was so many different versions of a character all in just boom 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 like, oh, I'm gonna be an amazing fighter slash wrestler. Then I'm gonna be up here and be charming and throw in that little line about being afraid of heights. Like, dude's on it. Like, he's on another level.
oh yeah, I'm just so glad he's back, man. Oh man. But yeah, really enjoyed it. This was a good like 25 minutes,
Yeah.
at least 30 minutes of the show, uh, taken up right then for that. But yeah, that was incredible.